St. Agnes Catholic Church. It's located in the LaSalle Park neighborhood of Detroit. The church was most notable for hosting Mother Teresa in 1979 when she established a Missionaries of Charity convent at the church. In 1990, the St. Agnes Parish was closed, reopening as Martyrs of Uganda until 2006. There were only a handful of houses in the area when the church was finally built in 1924. In the 20th century, though, Detroit had grown rapidly. So it wasn't too long until the church was in the middle of a densely populated area. The church and the community surrounding it thrived in the mid-20th century. By the time of the 50th anniversary, the church had grown to 3 priests, 22 nuns, and 180 students enrolled in the all-girls Catholic school next to the church. Unfortunately, things would take a turn for the worse for the community and the parish. Back in 1967, there was a police raid on an after-hours drinking establishment in the area that then stirred tensions that grew to civil unrest, with most of the buildings along 12th Street being burned to the ground. St. Agnes Church did go relatively unharmed through the events, but the community never recovered. People just started moving from the area. In 1986, there were only 162 families still worshiping there, and that just wasn't enough to cover the costs of such a big church and school. The building was put up for sale by the Detroit Archdiocese, but nobody ever took possession. Eventually, the space fell to ruin. It only took a few years for scavengers to steal the metal pipes from the organ, most of the decorations. Then after that, just weather and vandalism took their turns. Even though St. Agnes was not the most important or beautiful of Detroit's churches, it was still, for some time, a huge part of a thriving neighborhood. Just that one event could never recover from the rebellion. Then it just declined from there. 43 years after the rebellion, and this is what's left. Just a shell, buildings. It's unfortunate. Detroit has so many beautiful architecture, old, long-standing. Truly unfortunate to see these things in such a decayed state, run down. Every time I see buildings like this, and I know they've been around for decades, if not centuries, it always brings my mind to think of all the things, all the memories, all the people that were there. Blood, sweat, and tears that goes into building these places. How they may have changed people's lives. It's really the main reason that I enjoy taking pictures and videos of these old structures that are run down, abandoned, decaying. It's like that. What was it like? Since August of 2019, fences have been put up around it. No trespassing signs. Fortunately, that was about 40 decades too late. Like and subscribe.